the Western view at the moment is if we cannot innovate as quickly as you, we shall surely fight you a war. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Wealthy Mindset. It's yours truly, Money Making Mitch. And as usual guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. So let's start with this. Approximately 5-6 months ago, this is what was said in most of your Western media, the narrative. Take a look.
So you have actually a piece right now on The Economist about China. What do you make of what's going on economically right now in China? What do we know?
Well, right now, the Chinese economy is really not in very good shape. We know that. It's in the middle of a very big property bust. Growth has been slowing. It's slipped into deflation. There's a tremendous loss of confidence. Foreign investment has collapsed. Domestic confidence has collapsed. It feels pretty bad. And so there were a lot of signals, a lot of questions with this week coming of, would there be some sign that there'd be a big stimulus from the government?
The US Commerce Secretary has warned that some US businesses now view China as uninvestable. Gina Raimondo was speaking during a visit to Beijing aimed at improving strained relations between the world's two biggest economies. She says US firms might cease operating in China without prompt action to improve the business environment. The two countries are engaged in a trade dispute that's seen them impose restrictions on each other's exporters.
Well, I think this is the question that many investors globally are asking themselves. I mean, it is a confidence game. And oftentimes, this kind of news flow, bit of a boost in confidence for the domestic consumer, that can have some short-term sort of boosts here. And I mean, bear in mind, Chinese equities are very oversold. So scope for a technical bounce certainly wouldn't rule it out. But in order for, I think, international investors to gain more confidence in China, first and foremost, some more joined-up policy with regard to the direction of monetary policy, tackling the disinflation issue that's there, and also some sign that the real estate issues are behind us, I think are going to be key there. But there's been an awful lot of volatility in policy making in China over the past few years, and I think that's something which is giving international investors pause for thought.
There could be that superficial bounce, though, in that property part, right? Because even if they were to offer stimulus and to ensure that the signs are done with regards to how badly it's fallen off for the property sector, that could still be a superficial bounce if they haven't sorted out those structural reforms underneath, because that seems like a long-term problem for them.
Well, welcome back, guys. And as they continue to spread this propaganda and fear, they continue to buy in, Wall Street that is, whilst the middle class tuck their tail between their legs and flee to the hills. And as Washington the dog continues to wag the tail, Canada has just imposed, under Justin Trudeau, 100% tariffs. So, as Rivian plant caught on fire, one of my subscribers brought to my attention, his name is Ted Enigma, that Tencent added more shares now, holds 162 million shares. Morgan Stanley has 13.9 million shares. Legal & General added more, up to 11 million shares. And as of now, more than 80% of EVs sold in Australia are Chinese. The article can be found on the website Courier Mail, the Courier Mail. So what did I do this morning? Well, I jumped in and I bought 25 more shares this morning. Sadly, that's all I could afford. If I could afford more on the dip, sure enough, I would buy more. Because like I've said before, these are just minor speed bumps, and they do these things and policies change, and it will. And this is why the billionaires buy in when they see the buying opportunities like this. So just like Israel, Englander, last week I reported on that, bought heavily yet again into NEO. Now, yet again, what happened this morning? American hedge fund Point72, led by billionaire Stephen Cohen, they manage a little over $35 billion in assets, just bought 164% stake in NEO to 6.5 million shares. Do you think that they are in the business of losing money? No. A lot of times they even have inside information, but they understand what's happening. And I've said this before, as the BRICS nations continue to grow and as it continues to add nations, I believe it's 23 more nations signed up to join, and they continue to do business with each other, open free trade, unlike what we have here now in the West. Sadly, it has become almost like a dictatorship type, where they tell you, you are not allowed to buy this, you're not allowed to sell that, whereas the BRICS nation in the East have become way more free. So they almost doubled their shares, this company's 0.72, but previously they sold some of its shares in the first 3 months of 2024. And I've told you guys, this is how the game is played, right? They will sell some shares, just like in some of the other institutions. They panic the market because people look at what they're buying and selling, and they'll say to themselves, oh my God, something must be wrong. And they also sell, and they bring it down to where they want it, and then they gobble back up shares. So this was why they did not sell all, just in case it continued running. They sold some to panic the market, it come down, and then they buy back in. As of today, NEO has 610 institutional shareholders holding 294.4 million shares, and they keep adding. The going trend in the West, like I said, is if you cannot innovate as quickly as the East, then just fight them instead of learning from them. But we all know that this is just temporarily. They've tried this before in the past with Toyota, with other industries, and they failed. So they had to allow the Japanese to come in. The same thing's going to happen. Like Ray Dalio said, a man who became a billionaire from studying history, just allow history to be your teacher. So I will keep adding on these dips as much as I can, and give NEO until UNVO, the Lion Killer Ladao, is released, and see what happens there. And if the price stays down, which I doubt very much, in October and in November and in December, I will keep buying and buying and buying, knowing fully well that this is the next Amazon, this is the next Baidu, this is the next Alibaba, this is the next Netflix, this is the next Google, this is the next Bitcoin combined. We're catching them at the bottom, and in the future, people are going to say, I was able to buy a percentage of a share of NEO, because we're going to be the future phone company. We're going to be the future chip company. We're going to be the future driverless technology, the future gas stations, which is the biggest deal in this company. Not even the superior technological advanced EVs. No. Our money is going to come from other sales, especially our gas stations. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Well, I haven't said it on my channel, and I'll say it now for the first time. I will be looking into getting a swap station franchise when they come to America. If any of my American brothers, and even I was talking to one of them from England recently, would like to get in on this with me, please put it in the comments, and we shall try to meet up on TikTok and talk about this, because this will be getting into buying a gas station early on here in America, where you see a lot of them are bought up now by the Indian Americans. I'm going to try my best. And when I say Indian Americans, I mean from America. A lot of the gas stations are owned by them now here in America. A lot of the Indians from India that immigrated here. So I truly think that this will be the future of gas stations. And if any of you guys would like to get in on this on me when they come here, by that time I believe our share price will be so high, we'll be able to secure some of them and leave future generation wealth for our children. Leave it in the comments, guys. So I hope you guys found this video to be informational, inspirational, and motivational. If so, guys, all I ask is you'd hit that thumbs up to bring more awareness to NEO throughout the YouTube and the investing community, and to bring more awareness to my channel. If you haven't yet subscribed, you might want to think about doing so, because in this channel we're waking up the middle class for the first time to get a major piece of the pie. And like 50 said, we get rich or we die trying, guys.